Audio and video are going on.
There we are.
And we are.
Your favorite.
Okay, you're the.
So.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Adequate notice of this meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act by advertising the annual meeting notice in the official newspapers, providing a copy of the agenda to the newspapers, and posting a copy of the agenda at Borough Hall. Would you please rise for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Stan, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Councilmember Dockerty.
Here.
Council President Lee.
Here.
Councilmember O'Brien. Councilmember Updike. Councilmember Warner.
Here.
All right, moving on to our first item of business, it's resolutions. It's resolution 2025-116, supporting an application to seek membership in the National AARP Network of Age-Friendly Communities. I want to take a moment and thank Jean Hurd for all of her work on the application for our grant. And this will be a great resource for the borough as the Aging in Place Committee works and has access to that network. So with that, is there a motion to move the resolution?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Councilman Warner with a second. Any questions or comments on this? Anything, Ms. Herb, that you wanted to add?
I think the only thing I would add is that, being in the network, which is a national network, is it gives us access to information about best practices. It gives us information about funding opportunities. It gives us information to connect with other communities in New Jersey that are working in this space so that we might be able to learn from and that we might be able to teach them about in terms of the things we'll be doing. So, and we can pull that at any time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions from the governing body? With that, roll call, please.
Councilmember Bernhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Dockerty.
Yes.
Council President Lee.
Yes.
Councilmember Warner.
Yes.
The next item of business is a public hearing. This is on ordinance number 938. This is amending the property maintenance code to provide for the registration and maintenance of property pending foreclosure. Is there a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 938?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The ayes have it. The public hearing on ordinance number 938 is now open. If anyone would like to address this ordinance tonight, please state your name for the record. Go ahead.
Michael Knopf, 6 River Mills Drive. Just a question, would it be possible to hear a brief summary of what the ordinance does?
Sure.
Essentially, it requires that when a property is foreclosed upon, when the lender files a complaint to foreclose on the mortgage because it hasn't been paid, the lender has to notify the borough clerk that that mortgage is not being paid, so the clerk and the borough are aware of what is occurring. But it also requires the bank to become responsible for the maintenance of the property if it's vacant or abandoned. If it's vacant or abandoned, if somebody's there, that's a different story. But if it's abandoned or vacant, then the clerk, having received that first notice, would then notify the bank that they have to come in and change the file.
Thank you.
Thank you, Albert. Any additional questions or comments on this ordinance?
How are we amending this? What are we doing?
We're adding the language in there for the requirement for the banks.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm just
Yep.
short. Oh, the amendment.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any
But
additional?
nothing is being amended, that's just the heading, it's the ordinance body, the body of all the ordinances in the boroughs was being amended, this is a new ordinance for the borough.
Okay.
Any additional questions or comments? Not hearing a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, the ayes have it. The public hearing is now closed. We'll now move into our first public comment portion of our meeting. If anyone would like to address the governing body this evening, please just state your name for the record.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Kevin Pratt, 42 Ward Street. I inherited a problem from the borough and the contractor and your engineering company. Seems that, when we go around and collect the garbage, they run over the property marker because the intersection at Ward and Chestnut, the road goes from 21 feet down to 18 feet. When they make the right-hand turn, they run over my property marker and they climb over the curb on 23, and now the curb on 23 has 3 big pieces of concrete moved from the trucks driving over it because the intersection wasn't designed properly. Or you made Ward Street only 18 feet in front of 22 and 23, where everybody else got 21-foot roadways, except for down the other end where the roads are shrunk. Meet Bridge Road. So I have an issue because now the town owes me a new property marker and a survey, but improperly. Because I today just got some pieces of slate and I put a bluestone and I dug around the property marker, so now you got the twin towers on the corner. So when somebody hits that, they're gonna have a bunch of damage.
So, Mr. Kraft, I was advised that the contractor reset your
And it's
markers.
destroyed now.
It's destroyed
And
again.
if the police got a report, and I called the police
Okay.
got a report. I shouldn't, have the burden of replacing it. You, as the council, hired Collins engineer. They engineered it, designed it. I come down here several times to invite you up to show issues, but you never showed up.
Actually, Mr. Kraft, we've raised all of your issues to the engineering firm. And if you'd like, I've got a full response of everything they've done for your
Well,
property. that I could
now
put
who's
into the record.
responsible for the damage?
Well, what we could do separately is myself and our borough attorney would be happy to meet with you and the engineering firm to go over your thing, but I do have multiple pages of individual issues that were addressed at your request,
Question number 2.
just so we know for the record.
Okay, question number 2, has the bond been released to the contractor yet?
The
Are you
maintenance,
still
bond,
holding the bond, the maintenance bond?
we have not finished out the project. We finished the punch list just last week.
Okay, cause the house on Chestnut and Ward across the street from me, they had to build a sidewalk and steps to come
That was
up.
part of the punch list items for the
Okay.
property.
And I understand you have one engineering company, he's engineering a punch list and he's doing the lower end of Ward Street down on Route 12, I call it Route 12, whatever you wanna call the road. So he's between both jobs.
Are you referring to the inspector that's on the
Yeah.
job? Yes.
Yeah, so he's on both jobs. You can't be on both jobs at one time.
Well, every project's different in terms of the requirement of the
Right,
inspector.
because,
The USDA project required an inspector every day.
okay,
Every day that job happened, there was an inspector on the ground. With respect to the punch list items, we had a inspector on the ground working through the punch list items. There's 3 property owners that came to this meeting. All those issues were brought to the engineer's attention and they worked through them. We have all the stuff
Okay,
here, but if
because-
you're having an ongoing issue
because.
we're happy to have a meeting with
Let-
yourself.
let me-
Let me just finish, please, because you've made some allegations. So I would like to have a meeting with you,
Yes,
with our attorney
That would be
and the
great.
engineer, and we'll go over the width of the intersection.
Alright,
But I
because-
do know that we have been responsive to many of the things you have
because
raised.
when they did the sidewalk. I was there when they were pouring the sidewalk. They didn't get enough concrete on the one truck. They backed the truck out, pulled it over on my side of Chestnut. And rinsed the concrete truck out in the riprap and the underneath drain. When they came back with the extra load, they did the same thing. So now you put drains in, they rinse the concrete trucks out into the drain pipes. And the riprap. So, like I said, there's no engineering communications there. He's down on the other end of the job where, Top Line was doing. When the other company was doing the punch list. So now you got concrete washout in the drains.
I can tell you all those drains passed inspection, they were checked,
Well, was that before they did the punch list or after the punch list?
everything's been checked. The USDA was out on the ground with them too.
Okay, because I'm letting you know that they washed the mixer truck out twice in that drain.
We're happy, we'll set up a separate meeting. It sounds like there's ongoing issues that haven't been resolved between yourself and the engineering firm. And myself and our borough attorney will set up a
Yeah,
meeting.
because now I got a couple beefs with the lower end of the job that Top Line did. They didn't send out any payment yet on that job, did they?
I can tell you that everyone, almost everyone up there is very pleased with the work.
Oh,
You're not, I understand, but
Please,
98% of the residents are.
I seen top lines work done over here on Main Street where the cafe is. That's an A1 job. Go take a ride up from Route 12 up to Maple. You see every roller mark. They didn't even do a finished roll. Every joint is messed up. Maple and Ward, the blacktops are already falling apart. You're already getting a pothole there.
All I can say is you and the engineers have different perspectives. I'll get you around the table together.
You know what, then maybe I should just go back there into the bathroom and flush the toilet because you're wasting taxpayers' money.
That's your perspective, but I have certified
my
engineers that
opinion.
have a different
That's my opinion,
opinion.
but.
You're welcome to your opinion. Everyone's got
How
one.
long you think that road's gonna last?
We're very proud of the work that's been done up there.
You know
Thank you
what?
very much.
Just let me know when you're gonna have a meeting with me, because you know what? Tomorrow night, when I get done with my job, I'm gonna put railroad ties out there with spikes.
Okay, and the police will visit your house.
That's
Thank you very
okay.
much.
Because if it's on my property, you can't do nothing about it. I'm protecting my property from the problem that you and your engineering company made.
Thank you very much for your comments. Next public comment. Hello. Okay, can you just state your name for the record, please?
Yes, Linda Young.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Linda Young, and, I'm just gonna read what I've written here. I did some research since I last spoke at the council meeting with regard to acquiring stop signs to cross Route 29 from Frenchtown Commons apartment complex. Yes, you are correct. No regular stop signs are permitted on Route 29, which is a state highway, although RRFBs are rectangular rapid flashing beacons are permitted. What is an RRFB? When a pedestrian pushes a button, the RRFB lights begin flashing rapidly, drawing drivers' attention to the crosswalk. Drivers are expected to yield to pedestrians when RRFBs are activated. The safety benefits, according to the FHWA. Number one, RRFBs can increase motorist yielding rates up to 98%. Two, they prevent crashes up to 47%. Three, the RRFB is applicable to many types of pedestrian crossings, but is particularly effective at crossings with speed limits less than 40 miles per hour. Also, I want to add, I did put it in here. Now you can put them in with solar, not with the power, so that's price effective. I connected with Will, I can't pronounce Yarsma, and who is the statewide coordinator for the Street Smart New Jersey Pedestrian Safety Program. He is an advocate for 13 New Jersey counties, including Huntington. There are MPOs, Metropolitan Planning Organization, for every county. $3 billion per year is granted to the New Jersey Transportation Planning Authority from the federal government to be used for roadways and train infrastructures, no airlines. 3 weeks ago, Mr. Yard contacted Go Huntington Transportation Management Association about my concerns. Tara Shepherd, the director, and Brian Fisher, the team member. They have not yet contacted me. On Monday, August 4th, I spoke with Mr. Yarsman, who provided the following information for Tara Shepherd. Today, about late afternoon, I get a text and she told me to bring it up to the to you guys.
So I have some good news for you, Michelle.
Okay, the Frenchtown Council and the police department have been working closely, she said, and with Ryan Fish regarding 2 grants, a school grant and a tax grant, both of which are nearly completed. Is that correct?
So the, so their Safe Routes to School and TAP grants are in the final preparations for hopefully next year. Our Safe Routes to School program has been delayed. We have several homeowners that have not consented to access agreements that are stalling us from moving forward with NJDOT.
Okay.
But the TAP program is in final design, and that project includes a sidewalk extension down to what's where the Wild Fern Brewery building is. Oh, but no, but this is where it ties together.
Yeah.
So what you're looking to do with this blinking cross,
Yes,
the New Jersey Department of Transportation has told us, as that sidewalk extension happens, they are willing to put those beacons in as part of it, yes. So we are moving forward with that, yeah.
that's fantastic. Are you gonna put them maybe in other areas too, in town, or?
This set, just for 29, the state has offered to
Oh,
to pay for that.
okay,
And it would be from the commons across the sidewalk extension by where Wild Fern is, but that's, hopefully next year that project will happen. Yep,
now this second one, a friend of mine, got this from their friend, and so I've been asked just to draw your attention. And then there was someone that was telling me there's an ordinance that's already been passed or something about, I'll just read it real quick.
okay,
The two disabled vehicles on Sixth Street next
Okay.
to the IGA. One is a work van with flat tires. The other is a sedan with no license plates. They have been in the same spots for much more than a year. When pulling out of the IGA parking lot to make a left turn onto Sixth Street, these vehicles obscure the view to safely make a left turn, which necessitates inching out slowly to make sure a vehicle isn't coming from the other direction. This is a serious driving hazard, and it has been addressed before, they said. I don't, and some of them telling me about an ordinance that was.
so if you could just direct your says there's an ordinance that if you have a car in the borough, it has to be currently registered with motor vehicle. Our council president who serves as liaison of the police department said that
It's been here a year, they
she's-
said.
I will have the police director look at this. I live one block away and I'm not sure. I walk by this all the time and I've not seen these cars sitting here for a year, but don't interpret it as me not believing what, I just don't, I'm driving
I got this
generally.
from a friend, so
So,
I'm not sure.
I will be watching daily to see if they are there and what we can do through the public safety director to get those vehicles out of the way.
Okay, very
Okay.
good.
Thank you.
You.
Additional public comment.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Leone, speaking on behalf of my father Luigi Leone, the 23rd Ward. We got a couple questions. Well, first, the meeting that you were setting up with our neighbor Kevin. We were wondering if we could make that the group meeting with my father, Kevin, and everybody,
Yeah, that's fine.
if we could do that. Again, my father has, a couple, concerns here. We are working with Collins, about the tree issue. It's been phone tag here, there, and everything.
That's why I heard there's an offer on the table, depending on which direction you guys want to
I've been
go.
trying to get a hold of Bill and I keep getting the voicemails full and I left another message. I didn't.
He's been on vacation.
Okay, I was on vacation, I understand.
This week.
Okay, one of our major questions, you guys are for Collins. Why, when our neighbor's property marker was removed and had all this problem, it was actually removed during construction and then reset. By the contractor, when our property markers on the other side, two of them, by the way, were removed, why would these not be set by the contractor? We are being told that they are gonna be done by Green Acres now. And I don't see where Green Acres has any say in this. They're telling us that that's gonna be done by Green Acres when they do the property behind the house. That's what they told my father.
The former, I can't speak to that. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I think we'd have to sort that out that meeting.
Who said that?
Yeah.
you got that from who, Bill? Who told you Green Acres? Bill Burke.
Well, the Green Acres markers have been recently set within a month ago. But they really are green, the markers are toward the back of the property,
Right.
where the Thompson property meets.
Yes,
The other streets, it would not be a marker on the street.
that's what we thought.
This is along the border wherever there's an adjoining property between the Thompson tract and a private residence on one of those hilltop streets. It's not markers along the street.
Right, yeah, that's what I thought, that's why I didn't know if you knew, or we were a little bit confused by that, cause like I said, on the lower end there across from Chestnut, when they put in the drainage into that retention pond, there was a pipe there alongside the pole, and that is gone. And that's where they were digging to put in the RTCP. When they put in the upper one there at the corner of Ward and Hilltop, there was a marker up there too, there's now guardrail and everything there, no marker again. So those are the markers that, we're concerned about, because, in the eventuality, if we do come to pass, if you want to sell the property, we need to know where everything is.
Well, I did talk to the colliers and I said, there's markers that were damaged, just fix them.
Okay.
So we'll bring that up. Yeah.
And then again, my father again, mimics Kevin's, concern there, yeah, they took a couple good chunks right out of that curve there, and that 4 foot that they added, that's property, which he's, still not quite sure how he gained 4 feet of, land. Cause, where his property marker ends, you go 4 feet to the edge of the curve, and that's now correct. It just extended that out, just not quite understanding how that came to be along there, so
Well, there's a difference between the edge of pavement and the property line.
yeah, a good
Right.
4 foot.
The pavement doesn't usually go to the property line, there's usually a gap between the property line and the edge of the pavement.
Yeah, but not 4 foot.
Well, I.
They,
you
I mean,
can ask
and
that
again,
question
I'm
in
gonna
the
Kevin's display as someone who did that work, Brad knows well, for many, many years, why they narrowed that road up in there, that is very impossible for turns, and it is, quite, I don't know, I don't even know how to put it, but it's not, doesn't look right, it's making it very hard. When they pop that curve, they put a nice big rut in there, and are we supposed to call the town every time? And have them come fill it, or?
Well, the 18-foot standard for up there came about from the public meetings that were held up there. That's the minimum residential standard for a rural area that was discussed with the USDA and ultimately the property owners when we had those public meetings. One of the things that continuously came up with a lot of the homeowners was concerned about, while everyone wanted no more gravel roads and dirt roads, there was a concern that adding asphalt would create speeding scenarios, so they didn't want wide roads.
Didn't make a difference.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you that, did not make a difference. It was said by one of the people, and you gotta, please bear with us, Dad's been there since 65, I grew up there. People said this, that's been in 12 years, you know what? It's the worst I think it's been in 40,
speeding,
yeah, and I almost want the dirt and gravel back, because I think it kept them slower, they are zipping through there. And it is.
well, we did put,
I saw the strips, I saw the thing.
yeah, but I mean, in terms of speeding, there was an issue with the Amazon drivers that has been addressed. But I haven't, honestly, I haven't heard anything. I mean, it's the residential, most of the traffic up there is residential in nature. So if it's speeding, it's neighbors speeding.
Yeah,
Going
well,
to-
they're pretty zippy up there, and I'm gonna say, I think it's a little bit worse, because now it's smooth, so. But yes, please let us know about that meeting,
We understand that Bill's gone through vacation through the end of this week.
Okay.
We'll try and arrange it in the next 10 days or so. After he gets back.
Yeah, we arrange that and everything, and we can go over everything, and I get in touch with him, with my dad about the trees.
And whatever options you guys choose on, that's up to you guys. It's no problem.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Okay. Additional public comments? Go ahead.
Martin Howard, 21 River Road, seem to have a theme of crosswalks and traffic and safety roads. Just note, I think I've mentioned this before, South Washington Street, right, due for repavement.
Mm-hmm.
But now, as stuff grows in the summer, the intersection with the path, visibility is limited there. I pass by there 2, 3, or more times every day. Cars are not stopping, slowing down, asking for something to happen. We got, kids, dog walkers, bicyclists, people wandering around. There should be some, again, we're talking about crosswalks, RFBs, a real stop sign, but something should be done there. It looks like an accident waiting to happen. People aren't going at high speeds, but rarely the cars even slow down when they're crossing.
So the intersection needs to be mowed, it sounds like a little bit, that'd be a part of it.
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
an immediate, I'd even volunteer to do that myself.
Oh, so it's the actual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Near the
visibility is an
community
issue,
garden.
Yes.
Growth, hinders, so.
okay. I'll bring that up to DPW about the trimming. I don't think the, the park maintenance staff is so limited. I don't think they'll care if we go and clean it up.
Mhm.
I do know that the resurfacing projects with NJDOT currently, once they approve to go to bid, the design team includes, plan includes enhanced traffic markings to let people know that there's a crosswalk coming up. So that's in there. And then we could also, I mean, I'll see if we have any of those signs, we could put like crosswalk ahead or something
Yeah.
in the short term.
Until then, again, just some sort of sign.
Sure.
There's no real indication. There is a sign, but I even asked people who live, is there a sign there? People aren't even aware of it. It's kind of off to the side and half hidden by the trees.
Okay,
So, again, just more alert, the outcome.
sure.
I have a question.
Yep,
if you want.
please.
So when you're talking sign, you're talking specifically for vehicle traffic.
Yeah.
Okay, just, I didn't know if it was something that we needed to educate the pedestrians that there's a road there and there's a gate, there are two gates that
Sure.
force you as pedestrians to stop.
Yeah, they move the traffic, but there'd be no harm in a sign that say caution, road ahead, right? Again, bicyclists, people have their headphones on, they're looking down, they're not necessarily paying attention. No downside to also.
Yeah, I just was trying to understand when you were identifying signage, if
Yeah.
it was for the driver versus the pedestrian or both.
I like the question, because why not do both?
Yep.
Additional public comments? Go ahead, please. Just say your name for record. Thank you.
Wendy Dorsey, 2 Everettstown. I'm just wondering who's responsible for the removal of the fallen tree? I can see the Frenchtown Park from my deck. And about a month ago, a huge tree fell and is now across the creek. And it hasn't been cleaned up, and it's a danger to all the children who play there. And this is a huge tree that fell. So who's responsible for tree removal?
What property?
Borough Park.
Is it Borough Park that it fell?
The park, yeah.
It's a park tree? All right, we can have DPW look at it. I know if it's in a stream, we just have to coordinate with the necessary DEP.
Oh, okay. There are so many children playing.
If there has to be equipment in the water. It's the first I heard of it,
Yeah.
so we'll take a look at it, yeah.
It was leaving.
No, it wasn't, so appreciate that, we'll.
Yeah.
Additional public comments?
One more thing?
Yep.
Before you close? I mean, these guys engineered this job,
Why don't you identify yourself?
or,
Identify yourself.
oh, Kevin Kraft, 22 Ward Street again. When you just engineered the upper half of Ward, Hilltop, Chestnut, Maple. Did they allow anything about, they've removed quite a few trees there. When they did the detention basins and the widening of the road. Why wasn't there any trees or shrubs replanted? Like shade trees along the streets or something like that? None of that's been done.
So the plan didn't call for any replanting, the tree removal was approved by the DEP. And the retention basins were an add-on to the project at the request of the homeowners, as well as people downhill that were concerned about climate change and heavier rainfalls, and that they want the water to be held a bit before it made its way downstream, yeah,
I understand how.
yeah.
Retention basins work, I understand that. I guess
Everything received federal and state
Yeah,
approval.
but I'm just saying, I guess. DPW is gonna be up there maintaining them then,
Yep, that's part of the plan, yep. Yeah, they have a maintenance plan for those.
okay. Because, like I said, when we have another meeting, I don't wanna take up the time, but I got a few other concerns, and I'd rather do that at the private meetings to waste the time here,
Okay,
okay?
yep,
Thank you.
thank you.
Oh, one more thing. When they did the paving, were they supposed to do core samples?
Core samples were not required.
Not required, yeah, on either project.
Well, I can read this because you've brought this up. It says, on the pavement thickness issue, the requisite amount of asphalt was placed. In fact, the amount of surface course placed exceeded the calculated amount by approximately 106 tons. The pavement has been satisfactorily installed and is draining properly based upon observations that Bill Berg has made. There is no need to core sample the pavement based upon our extensive involvement in the construction phase of the project and the fact that the USDA does not require that the pavement be cored based upon our review of the agreement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a nice evening.
You too. Additional public comment? Okay, hearing no more public comment, we'll, there's a second one if anyone wants to address anything. We have our consent agenda for the governing body tonight, consisting of the presentation of vouchers and resolution 2025-110-122. We'll give a minute, I guess, if anyone wants to exit. Okay, consent agenda. So it's a presentation of vouchers, resolution 2025-110 through 122. All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the governing body and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Does anyone need anything removed off the consent agenda?
No, no,
Is there a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
so moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you very much. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bernhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Doherty?
Yes.
Council President Lee Tag?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
We'll move forward with approval of the June 4th, 2025 regular meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve adoption of the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman Warner. Is there a second?
Second.
Councilman Bernhardt, the second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bernhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Doherty?
Yes.
Council President Lee Tag?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
We'll hold the July 2nd, 2025 meeting because we don't have enough to vote on that tonight, to the next meeting. Moving on to resolutions, the next one is 2025-123. This is to appoint Kurt Fiebig as the Public Works Manager for the Department of Public Works. We had an extensive search and interview process. Kurt is a member of our volunteer fire department. He's also has an engineering degree by trade. And he is excited to come back and work in the town he grew up in. So we felt very strongly he would be a good candidate for the job. Any other comments from this like that?
No.
Okay. Is there a motion to adopt the resolution?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you very much. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bernhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Doherty?
Yes.
Council President Lee Tag?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Moving on to resolutions. The next resolution is 2025-124, awarding a contract to Ben Schaefer Recreation Incorporated for the supply and installation of engineered wood fiber safety surfacing. This is for the Frenchtown Borough Park so that our mulch will be up to standard for playground safety standards. Is there a motion? And this is partly offset with the county recreation grant.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you very much. Any questions or comments? Not roll call.
Councilmember Bernhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Doherty?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Jumping in. Break that. I am not Councilman Doherty.
Council President Lee Tag?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
The next resolution, resolution 2025-125 is the 2024 audit resolution. You also have to make sure you sign the affidavit if you haven't. The recommendations were that the borough establish procedures to prevent the over expenditure of budgeted line items and improvement authorizations. So that's one of the things we're working on internally with our departments. That the borough purchases not exceed the amounts authorized by the governing body, so that basically if you give a resolution, they're not exceeding that. And then that the borough include all delinquent tax balances in the annual year tax sale. So
Good.
we did the tax sale in June. They're recommending that we have an aggressive, continue, to really make sure we do those tax sales to help the borough budget because of the higher delinquency rate. So those are the recommendations. Is there a motion to adopt that resolution?
So moved.
Thank you. A second.
Second.
Councilwoman Bernhardt with a second. Roll call.
Councilmember Bernhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Doherty?
Yes.
Council President Lee Tag?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
And then resolution 2025 126, our commitment to the corrective action plan and summary of scheduled prior audit findings.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bernhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Doherty?
Yes.
Council President Lee Tag?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
The next one is resolution 2025-127, a trust fund application for municipal endorsing resolution. So this is to access some of our money in the county open space, from the county open space tax, to put it towards the debt service on the ongoing Frenchtown Preserve.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you very much. Councilman Warner, roll call, please.
Councilmember Bernhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Doherty?
Yes.
Council President Lee Tag?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Item F is resolution 2025-120, awarding contracts for playground equipment and surfacing for Frenchtown Park under the ESCNJ cooperative purchasing agreements. So what this is I worked with Councilman O'Brien, and this is to utilize our grant that we were awarded from Hunterdon County towards upgrades at Borough Park. It was a 75-25 split, 75% from the county, 25% from the town. And this will build an outdoor fitness center of equipment towards over by the access point to the pedestrian bridge, to the walking area.
Mhm.
So it'll be a nice enclosed area. It's gonna have outdoor exercise equipment for folks to use of all ages. And it was one of the things we wanted to do when we did the initial park redo, but we ran out of money. So this will, it's a turnkey project. They'll handle it from A to Z. And it's all on state contract.
So moved.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
All right, roll call, please.
Councilmember Bernhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Doherty?
Yes.
Council President Lee Tag?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Is this yours that I can't do? 129. This is the grant application to a park.
Yes, this is actually, it's kind of a beautiful segue
Okay,
from what we
okay.
just spoke about.
I guess not saying.
So, don't say anything.
Okay.
You are officially recused. So this is a resolution that we are applying for another grant to do phase 3, if you will, of the Borough Park. And this allows for us to work with Collier's engineer to file that grant application. It is also, while we're doing, you know, we did Borough Park in phase 1, which was the initial restoration. Now we're doing phase 2 on the previous resolution that we mentioned. And this is going to help us move into phase 3, which would be conversations that Councilman O'Brien has had with the skate park committee about doing some form of skate park equipment in Borough Park as well. Because we're having a difficult time finding a location for the skate park, and we see this as a compromise location. So we are going to be working with the skate park committee to identify a piece of equipment that is suitable, and we're going to apply for another grant through the county's open space grant program. So is there a motion to support resolution 2025-129?
So moved.
Second, thank you. Roll call?
Councilmember Bernhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Doherty?
Yes.
Council President Lee Tag?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Moving on to H, resolution 2025-130. This is authorizing the installation of a wind phone at Sunbeam Lenape Park. So there was a wind phone that was installed along the DNR canal path. It was removed because it was not permitted by the state DEP, which is very common. You know, they don't want anyone just adding anything along the towpath. I spoke to the mother of the gentleman that put it together. There's a lot of interest in seeing it somewhere else in Frenchtown for grieving families. So with this will involve Councilman O'Brien working with them just to find a spot, but we'll relocate it so it doesn't have to be, you know, gotten rid of. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Happy.
Councilwoman Bernhardt with a second. Any questions or comments about it? Okay,
think
I was
it's
surprised
nice
that-
we found a second home.
yeah, I was amazed at the amount of correspondence we got on it.
Right.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bernhardt,
Yes.
Councilmember Doherty,
Yes.
Council President Lee Tag,
Yes.
Councilmember Warner.
Yes.
The next is adoption of ordinance number 938. This was amending the property maintenance code to provide for the registration and maintenance of property pending foreclosure. Is there a motion for adoption of the resolution or
So
ordinance? Sorry. Thank you. A second.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bernhardt,
Yes.
Councilmember Doherty,
Yes.
Council President Lee Tag,
Yes.
Councilmember Warner.
Yes.
And the next is for introduction. This is ordinance number 939, repealing chapter 4-5 of the Borough Code titled Filming Permit and replacing with a new chapter 4-5 also titled Filming Permit, authorizing filming within the Borough of Frenchtown limits for introduction. Is there a motion to introduce the ordinance?
Motion to introduce the ordinance.
Is there- Thank you. And this is so that Frenchtown can join other communities throughout the state of New Jersey that are film ready. So that with the growing film industry in the state, will be one of the towns that is ready to be turnkey if a producer would like to do a film and would like to select our town for that. There's almost $1 billion facility with Netflix is building at Old Fort
Mhm.
Monmouth. So there's a lot happening around that. Hunterdon County is now a film ready county. Town of Clinton is film ready. And who else? Lambertville, I think, is as well. So we'll be following suit. All right,
Can I speak a
please
little
go ahead. Yeah.
So, and also because we were replacing, just to speak to that, we had done another version of Film Ready when we were not film ready, but a filming ordinance and what that would look like in Frenchtown. And because we're working in a very collaborative and coordinated effort with the New Jersey Commission on Motion Pictures and Television, I want to give a shout out to Morgan Taylor as the president of the FBPA. She attended a training course with me, and we were working with Councilwomen Bernhardt and Updike as economic development committee members to get this ordinance brought up to the latest version of it, because it is an economic driver. We see this as a piece of an ordinance that will help us raise revenue as we are looking at alternative sources of revenue generators in Frenchtown. So it is a very good thing. The most interesting takeaway in the training for me, and I think you would probably back that up, is for every dollar that is invested through this program in bringing these companies in to utilize our space, there's $5 in local business profits. So it not only helps the borough, but it also helps the surrounding businesses generate income.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Just to be clear on that, we're not giving anybody any incentives, financial,
We are not, there's not tax,
Right.
that would be at the state level.
state level. Yeah. It's just, having our ordinance in a format that makes it easy.
That makes it easy, and we have a
We also have business resource that can.
that's exactly
Yeah.
right, that through the county was accumulating resources that not only businesses, but sites that are desirable for these producers. There is a kind of a bank that these scouts can look at and see what is of interest. And it varies wildly. So it doesn't always have to be the prettiest house. It could be a lot of things. So, but yes, to your point, that dollar that's given in a tax break generates $5. So,
Like Happy Gilmore 2, part of that was filmed in Hunterdon County. There's another movie, I'm forgetting, down in Delaware Township. And.
there's several things going
I
on.
Am Legend, they filmed in West Ham.
Yeah, that's it.
There's a
And then
lot.
There's gonna be part of a film
Lambertville shot.
at
a
this year's
commercial,
4-H fair
Dawn.
too.
Yeah, we did the
Yeah.
Dawn thing.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah,
Just a plug for our public safety director too. He is in the Happy Gilmore film.
yes, he is. Yeah.
He was an extra. He was an extra, and he was very pleased to send us his screenshot. So, we may know some famous people in the future. But thank you.
We in roll call, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Councilmember Bernhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Dockerty?
Yes,
Council President Lee Tag?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
The public hearing for this ordinance will be set for September 3rd at 7 PM at Frenchtown Elementary School in the auditorium. We're moving locations. We're expecting a big meeting in September. More to come. Okay, moving on to new business. Any new business anyone wants to discuss? And hearing, I will move on to council comments. Councilman Warner.
I have nothing to say.
Thank you. Council President Leotag.
Just want to bring the police department monthly report to everyone's attention. It was in the correspondence. Also want to make an announcement that there will be more information coming out, but the borough is partnering with our legislators from District 15 to sponsor a mobile office hours for their staff to come up and provide resources. There are a lot of programs that are available through the state of New Jersey, whether it's tax relief, whether it is programs for seniors to have access to. So their constituent services are going to be coming, and I do want to thank Art Yard for offering to be our host. So along with the mobile office hours of Legislative District 15, we also are going to be hosting the motor vehicle mobile unit. And there will be accommodating appointments for real IDs, which I know is something that is of interest for people. So that will be happening on September 11th as well.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And there will be
September
more.
11th?
I know, September 11th,
okay.
Thursday, but they will be there for a fairly long period of time.
Councilman Bernhardt.
I do. I met with the library board meeting on July 21st. And so the library board just voted a new member in, Nick Barbary, who is a Frenchtown resident, joined the library board. The library is changing its hours to just make it simpler for everybody. On Mondays and Tuesdays, it will be open from 9:30 to 1, and on Wednesdays and Thursdays, it will be open from 3:30 to 7. Kelly.
Okay.
Can we put an
I
announcement?
was just gonna
Yeah.
say, can you send me that so that we can change the website?
Okay,
Did you? Okay.
I thought I did, but I will resend.
Yeah, if you put it top of mind, then we can put it on the website as well.
Yeah, Kelly was gonna let you know too about the
Oh.
changes, but I don't know if she did or not. She will be away for the last 2 weeks of August, so I think the library will be closed unless Susie is able to substitute for her. And the library is working on hosting an event on a Saturday in October, kind of to reveal to the community the new floors and little renovations and have something fun with food and children's activities. So they're just starting to work on that. So more to come. That's it.
Great, thank you.
Mhm.
Councilman Dougherty?
I wanted to talk about the cannabis resolution.
Sure.
So, just so everybody's up to speed, I forwarded it to Brad and Michelle recently. And then on the advice of counsel, Michelle forwarded it to a law firm that we have. Forgive me the name of the firm, Albert, can you tell me?
Matt Giacobbe.
Yeah, Giacobbe, who has a practice, around cannabis issues. And given that we developed the draft ordinance 2 years ago, it seemed like a prudent thing to do because a lot's happened in the last 2 years as these businesses have started and there's been experience there. So Michelle, I think you forwarded him both parts because just so everybody understands, there's a resolution, then there's an application that includes, some of the criteria that we want to evaluate. And I think what I wanted to, ask your advice about, Mayor and Council President, was in terms of reviewing the application component, whether we should circulate that, or whether it's appropriate to circulate that to other council members at this point, because I think unlike, I think any other business that I can think of right now, one of the things that we don't normally have an application where we ask a business to present information, or not that I'm aware of, and maybe rate them against certain criteria. So I think that's something that we need to look at. This, it's not something that council looked at after we presented the draft. Ordinance, we talked about, the parameters of the ordinance, and I think we talked about the application, but
Mhm.
it's important that we look at that, because when we are ready to consider this, we'll want to consider both elements.
If we're gonna circulate it and people have comments on it, they should direct the comments individually to the clerk, right?
They should, well, first of all, it's a draft document.
Yeah,
So it's still an internal work in progress. It falls under the advisory consultative and deliberative exception to the Open Public Records Act, so it's not a public record until it's introduced. So yes, you can circulate it. And I did see the email that the council president sent to Mr. Jacoby, and she did send both items.
Right.
And then the clerk can forward those comments to him, and he can look at them also.
Okay. So do you want council members at this point to have comments on both documents, or just the application component of it?
Well, I don't know what he committed to in terms of how.
We are
quickly
going
he would
to
get
connect
back.
on Monday. He's out of the country on vacation
Okay.
and he is looking to schedule time,
I would
so-
probably suggest
waiting until we
you
have
can
that. meeting.
circulate it, but don't start sending in comments until he's looked at it and can probably give you some initial guidance.
Cause I also think it's important to give a context to council members as to why those documents exist and why that vetting process is important. So,
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So why don't, you're gonna talk to this person presumably on Monday?
we are, yeah.
Okay, we?
I'm going to,
Yes, so
I think that it might be good to have you and I
Okay.
potentially talking to him. So I'll be in touch about scheduling.
Yeah, my Monday afternoon is busy, but just let me know.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
fine, let's do that, and then we'll look at circulating it for
Yep.
internal comment or
I
discussion.
think that makes sense.
Thank you. The other thing I would say, Mary, you're probably gonna say this, but this Saturday is National Night Out.
Yep.
Like, I forgot.
yeah.
From 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Frenchtown Park. Please come, and I guess, is our police department a sponsor or co-sponsor?
Yeah, they're the sponsor, yeah, the whole Frenchtown field, yep.
And can people let
2
us
p.m.
know
to 6
who's
p.m.
coming in terms of council members,
Yeah.
because we
I
may,
am not gonna be in town. I'm
Okay.
gonna be at a shower for my son who's expecting a baby.
Oh,
and
congratulations, that's news.
5 o'clock, the raffle drawing, so council could be there for the 5 o'clock. I'm told that there is a 70-inch flat screen TV among the
Whoa.
other items to give out this year. And bicycles, fishing poles,
Wow.
and I think there's another TV is what I was told.
I think there's a couple of televisions, but I think the most important part of this event is that there will be a dunking booth and the mayor, a police officer, and the principal are the three donkeys. And I was looking for some help because I have to holler to attract people to this.
Are we still collecting, do you have a donation?
We are asking people to donate food for our food banks here in Frenchtown,
Money or food? to the food
and
bank,
they
yeah.
get extra.
You get to throw some
extra-
balls at me.
Extra dunks.
Mr. Pratt will throw the first.
Yeah, no, he'll throw a whole bucket. He's gonna shop right and getting a case of
So, yeah.
vegetables.
Like a financial donation, who should the check be made out to?
We gotta find that out, because there's the 2 pantries in town, so I gotta find out exactly what their names are for purposes of the check
This
deposit.
is one of them, the Methodist Church.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Methodist Church and 4th Street Presbyterian Church,
Mhm. Okay,
but they're both struggling pretty bad. The shelves are going bare, so we're trying to do this to raise some.
Incentivize
Yeah.
people to donate.
Yeah.
I forgot one event too.
Sure,
September 20th is a Saturday, and it is the annual Delaware cleanup that we partner with the county and Clean Communities. So please mark your calendars to participate in that effort. We generally come together at 8 or 8:30, and we work until about 11:30. And we handle the stretch from the creek in Frenchtown down to essentially Flat Rocks, past the field. And we generally sell out in terms of space,
Great.
or I should say, overbook, fill up. We don't sell tickets, but
When is the date again?
September 20th.
How do you sign up for that? Is that?
I will put it on the website because there is an official sign up through the we partner with the state, we partner with the county, there's a whole group, and there's an official sign up.
That's different from Rurt and Headwaters?
It is different. They usually do it the weekend before
Okay.
or around there, right?
For the spring?
Or maybe they do theirs in April, and I'm
think
thinking
theirs
it's
is in
the
the spring.
weekend before we do the Borough Park, yeah. You're right, they do it around Earth Day. But this is a huge effort that basically spans from the water gap down to Trenton along the Delaware.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised, or maybe not surprised. How large, some large items come out
Oh,
of that.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Well, every time it floods, a lot of stuff moves.
So, thank you, sorry.
Hey, just a couple things I wanted to mention. The annual Hunterdon County 4-H and Agriculture Fair is from August 20th to August 24th. It's the 25th anniversary of the fair at the South County Fairgrounds this year. The county held their energy auction yesterday for the county and participating municipalities. This year was the record number. We had 20 of our 26 municipalities that participated in energy co-op. While it was a bad energy market overall, we were happy that we got a number of bidders. And Frenchtown is part of this cooperative. And there's about a 25% savings over the current JCP&L rate for the participating entities over the next 2 years. So that was a good thing. It's projected to save $800,000 over 2 years in energy costs for the county and all the participating municipalities. So that was a good thing.
But that's for municipal.
Only municipal facility, does not apply to Frenchtown residential homes. I know that's. It's
But
just,
we're in the middle of a program.
we are trying, yeah, I know that was not without controversy in the past, but this is just pertaining to government facilities. We already talked about the meeting being moved to the school for September 3rd. The county's having their annual county September 11th remembrance ceremony. This is at the Justice Center on September 11th for anyone that's interested.
And that's in the morning, right?
It is, it's at 8 AM.
Oh, good, okay.
And then the county senior citizen disabled residents transportation program public hearing is being held on August 22nd at 10 AM. If anyone's interested, this helps guide the link service among other things. So encourage our residents to participate in that. And last night, the commissioners formally introduced an ordinance to create the Hunterdon County Improvement Authority. There'll be a public hearing on August 19th. And once that's formally adopted, we'll go before the New Jersey Division of Local Government Services for hopeful approval. And with the goal of 2026, creating a pooled lending program for all the Hunterdon County municipalities that they'll be able to access to do capital projects and leasing programs. So that's what we got. Anything else from them? Any additional public comments this evening? Who's just sitting here for the record?
Ted, 660. I had two things. One was just a quick question about the regional school tax versus district school tax. There was
Yep.
a little pie chart. One of those is high school one.
Regional is high school, the district tax is Frenchtown Elementary School.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. And then the other thing was about the film ready Frenchtown. Having grown up in Manhattan, there's a lot of benefit to filming here. Having folks filming is also really annoying, so you might wanna really. When the first folks actually come and start filming, figure out a way to remind everyone the financial benefit. Cause it's just, you walk to school and like. You have to go a long way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, there's a lot of
Yep.
reasons that it's not so.
And we have built in some safeguards into the ordinance that gives us some say over that as well.
Yeah, I mean,
And we always have the right of refusal, which we may or may not choose to use, but
I'm all for it. I just
Yeah.
think it's good to remind people why we're doing it.
and I think communication, similar to what we do when we do traffic, like construction. How residents are notified that there are gonna be some minor inconveniences. I think it's important to do the same here.
Okay. Any other comments? Any other public comments? All right, with that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.